It's a cool place. I like it. We're recording in progress. So I do like the destination. Playa's an awesome place. How about you, Heidi?
I absolutely love it. So what's great about this trip is you fly into Cancun. So if you're not familiar with Playa del Carmen, you fly into Cancun. It's just a short drive up the coast. And what's amazing about Playa del Carmen is not only can you decide, I'm going to stay at the all-inclusive and have plenty of things to do right there on the resort and never leave. But there's also an opportunity to go to an area called Fifth Avenue. And Bryan, I know it's one of your favorite places, mine as well. So tell them a little bit about it.
So it is a favorite place. It's the first place we took our girls when they were little. It was the first international destination. So it's pretty family friendly. It's also very adult friendly if you want to do that too. But Fifth Avenue is about a half mile or so. It's a pedestrian mall that's just stacked with all kinds of shops and souvenir stores, restaurants. So the sights, the sounds, the smells of Mexico are all there. It's an easy place to, if you want to leave the resort, it's an easy place to get to. And we've done it. We've spent, I think, gosh, we've probably gone 4 or 5 trips there. It's a lot of fun. If you don't want to leave the resort, well, you're in luck because this resort has just a ton of amenities. For example, they've got 14 restaurants, 11 bars, swimming pools, swim-up bars at the swimming pools. The beaches are fabulous, just as you would expect in the Caribbean. In fact, years ago, if you remember the Corona beer commercials where the guy is sitting on in a chair and he reaches over and grabs a Corona beer, those were filmed in Playa del Carmen. So the sand really is that white. It really is that soft. So it's pretty cool. But there's more to it than that. How about some other perks of the resort, Heidi? What do those look like?
Well, some of the other perks are, of course, just being surrounded in luxury, going to the swim up bars. There's pools all over this resort. And what's great about that Paradisus brand is they take great care of their guests. I mean, every single detail is taken care of. And from the moment you walk into the resort, you're just surrounded by luxury. One of the things that I always encourage our trip earners to take part of is getting a massage or a facial. I mean, it's your one opportunity that year to really unplug, turn off your phone, enjoy some peace and quiet, get a massage, splurge a little, maybe do a facial or something like that. But also maybe there's an opportunity to take an exercise class or do yoga on the beach. There's just so many great things that you can do right there and really unplug and have an amazing vacation.
Yeah, the Paradisus brand really does do a good job with their spas. In fact, that, kind of back in the day, Heidi, spa destination trip was so we could go to a spa. So if you can avail yourself of that, it's pretty nice. So when is this contest period? Let's talk about that. It begins September 1st of this year, and it ends February 29th of 2024. Pardon me, with our travel dates May 3 through 7 of 2024. And along the way, during the contest period, you have a chance to earn 3 different levels. So let's talk a little bit about that. We have bronze, silver, and gold. Bronze is 3 nights and 4 days at the Paradisus Resort, and it's all inclusive with round trip ground transportation from and to the airport. We have a celebration dinner and commemorative jewelry and the tote bag and swag that you'll see everybody running around the resort with, and you know exactly who is who by that. It's a great marker. Airfare is not included with the bronze level. So if you'd like to have airfare included, you can either go for silver or gold. If you go for silver, it's all the things that bronze had, except you add an extra night. And there's airfare included for the consultant, and ground transportation is included for the consultant and a guest. So that helps that. If you go for gold, everything is included, all inclusive, airfare, ground transportation, all of it. So I say go for gold. That's the best deal of it all. If you want to do it, what does it take to get it, Heidi?
Well, I agree. Great advice. And I know Gretchen and Lauren will be touching on that. The thing is that you can choose to take on this vacation whomever you want. This may be a trip where it's for couples. It could be where you treat your best friend to this all-inclusive resort. It really is up to you. And it's also family friendly enough where you decide, you know what, I'm also going to bring some more of my family members, including kids. So I just wanted to toss that out there as you're kind of thinking and formulating and setting goals on who you want to take and really picture that vacation experience with. So let's talk about what it takes to earn either bronze, silver, or gold levels. So it's a combination of personal sales and team building, as well as the recruits volume. So we'll talk about what those definitions are. For bronze, it's 16,000 of your own PV, your personal volume, starting September 1 and ending, and it's a leap year this year, so February 29th, you get that extra day, 2024, for your personal sales. For team building for bronze, it's 3 recruits during that whole entire time period with 4,000 group volume combined, just among those whom you recruit during the contest period. Now, this year, we're doing a bonus with August 2023 recruits this month counting towards your trip, including their group volume. So it is a fantastic time to just jump right in this month, begin sharing the business opportunity, continue to share the business opportunity, obviously, and get them involved with their events because it counts towards your trip incentive. Now let's move on to silver. The requirements for that, 18,500 for your own personal volume, plus 5 recruits with a combined 5,500 group volume. And again, that group volume and those recruits, that's for 7 months' time. So we'll be breaking those numbers down in a couple of minutes. Then for gold, 22,000 PV plus 8 recruits with a total of 8,000 group volume. So like I said, we'll break this down, but that is mapping out a plan for your personal sales, your team building, along with that group volume. Now, one of the things that we do every year in your back office dashboard, your virtual office, when you log in, is we have a trip tracker, and that's going to be reset so that at the end of August, and we'll let you know when that's been reset, all of these contest statistics, if you will, so you can see your progress, will be in your virtual office as soon as you see your dashboard. So that's really exciting. It's an easy way to just keep track of where you are in your progress with earning the trip. Well, I know in addition to all the things that you described, Bryan, we've got some bonuses as well.
We do have some bonuses. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, but when you look at the requirements that it takes to earn bronze, silver, or gold, especially for our new consultants, if you meet these requirements, there's a very good chance you're going to advance in rank. So you can look at it, you either earn the trip and get a rank promotion, or you get a rank promotion and earn the trip and celebration. So just something to think about. It's a great way to move up the ladder in terms of rank. But getting back to bonuses, we do have bonuses. If you would like to take advantage of the spa that Heidi talked about earlier and have that paid for by Lemongrass, we're happy to do that. You need to achieve 30,000 in PV, and we'll give you a $150 spa credit. Or if you achieve 12,000 in group volume during the contest, we'll give you $150 in trip cash. We've had people earn both, so it's kind of a nice bonus. If you're the top consultant in sponsoring, we're going to upgrade your room to a reserve master suite. That is the most number of new personally sponsored and qualified consultants during the period. If you're the top consultant in personal sales, we'll also upgrade you to a reserve master suite. So that's kind of a nice bonus there. We've done it in years past, Heidi. We've had a halfway there prize. Are we doing that this year?
We sure are, Brian. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, this is like a contest within a contest. Whether you earn the spa incentive trip or not, you can qualify to earn a pair of matching logo beach towels during our halfway there contest. And it starts September 1st and it goes through the last day of November at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. You submit 8,000 PV during that time, as well as 3 qualified consultants. And again, that started actually yesterday, August 1st, all the way through the end of November for 3 qualified consultants. To be qualified for this halfway there portion of the contest, they just submit a minimum of 50 PV during the contest period, and they need to be in active status on that last day of November. So they need to be active, have 50, but you can sponsor obviously as many people as you want to qualify for the next qualifier, and that's the 2,000 in group volume. So it's a minimum of 3 newly sponsored, personally sponsored consultants, plus among anybody who's new that's joined your team, 2,000 in group volume among them. So this is such a fun contest, and we love being able to ship those beach towels before Christmas time. So they're great. They have logo, the Lemongrass logo on them, and they're beach towels that you can decide I'm going to use all summer long. You can pack them on that vacation to Playa del Carmen if you wish to, and they're just wonderful to have around. It's just kind of a token of the work that you've had, that you've put in to get there. Now, Brian and I were chatting about this earlier. If you track for halfway there, it's really tracking to earn bronze. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about breaking this down, but it really is tracking your way to bronze. But we know so many of you are going to want to earn gold. So maybe you want to set your bar just a little bit higher than this if you really want to track for either silver or gold, but just an FYI for that. So these bonus rewards, of course, again, halfway there and bonus, start during our regular contest period. So best wishes on everybody for the contest within the contest. Well, I know so many of you have traveled with Lemongrass on a spa incentive trip. So put in the comments, #trip, if you've ever earned a trip with us before. Now, here's a picture from last year. We stayed at the Paradisus Resort, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, had an extraordinary experience. It was just incredible. And there are trip earners from last year. We had them on stage at conference with us. Of course, that vacation was unforgettable. And we plan equally as a wonderful experience for this next year to travel with us in May. And there's going to be so many of you who will be traveling with us. And one of the things that we do is ahead of the trip, we send you a congratulations letter with your luggage tags to get you excited and prepared for that vacation. And then, of course, encourage and we book all of your travel. So it really is a turnkey vacation. We plan all the details. I know Lauren and Gretchen, you can attest to that, but I want to turn it over to them because they're going to visit with you a little bit about creating that dream board of yours, a strategy, how they actually earned it, and other trips as well, and be able to really kind of set out some challenges. So I'm going to turn it over to Lauren and Gretchen.
Wow. Hi, everybody. So let's talk about how. I'm just going to dig right into it because it's not as difficult as it seems, but it does require some work. So the value, like Brian was saying, the value of the trip is obvious. You get to go on a trip. But incentives are actually really about how they can boost your other business goals. So you can solidify good habits and systems, and that will bring you, into the future beyond the trip, and it'll help you with future trips. Every trip gets easier if you consistently keep these habits and systems. So there's something called the know, like, trust factor. In order to earn a trip, you have to understand this. You want to be known as people's go-to lemongrass consultant. People have to know that you sell self-care, that you love skincare, that this is something that you're passionate about. If they don't know that you are passionate about it, they're not going to come to you when they need some natural skincare or makeup, and they obviously can't support your business. So you want to make sure that when you're talking to people on social and real life, that you aren't shy about the fact that you love lemongrass and that you are willing to make recommendations. You also want to build your brand as a person who people like and trust. So this means you're bringing positivity into their world. You're somebody they want to be around, they want to chat with and things like that, and that you can be trusted, you follow through on your word, and you are someone who's not in this business just because of what it could do for you, but for your desire to serve other people. Your focus in your business is not on making money and earning this incentive trip over these 7 months, telling everybody I'm working to earn this incentive trip, but instead using those 7 months to build relationships with people. And then obviously you also just want to be known as someone who can make good recommendations, so that trust is built. It doesn't have to just be lemongrass. It can be other self-care things you love. It can be something cool you found at Target. Just sharing the things that you care about outside of lemongrass, because you're your brand. Lemongrass is something that you love, but it's not your brand. And so the third thing is getting in front of new people all the time. This is really obvious, but it's not always something that people do. So this is where you can get a little uncomfortable, but to build relationships, try new things. If you're all social media all the time, maybe look into some vendor events or online and in-person parties, different ways to meet people, and get customer reviews and customer referrals so that your customers are helping you share alongside you. It's also a great way to find out, maybe someone who wants to host during this incentive period and somebody who would want to join you on this trip. If they love lemongrass as much as you, definitely talk to them about the opportunity. The fourth thing is you want to pay attention to all the ideas in the community and try new things. So there are toolkits in Lemongrass Central. There are going to be so many trainings available there and in the consultant community, team pages. And, if you see people out doing things on social media, you're friends with them, you don't know them well, reach out, private message them, ask them, what they're doing, ask questions about things. Your best resource is all around you. And, now is the time you want to evaluate your current systems and habits, and you can get a lot of information from these resources so that you can improve those. And then the last thing is the most obvious thing. We talk about it all the time. Be consistent. And this means throughout the year, not just like during an incentive period, but start now, start front loading. Think about what you can do in August to build your team, because that group volume counts. And then you do a lot of work throughout August planning the rest of the incentive period. And that way, if you front load everything, you can coast over the finish line and not freak out. Like if you have bronze locked down by December, then you're just working on silver and gold, and you don't have to panic, and you don't have to burn your network out by, trying to get all your volume the last month. You want to get people on your team started early so they can earn the trip too. You want to book as many parties and events as you can. Start collabing and sharing ideas now. Everything now. Start now. And the same behaviors that you want in your business year round are the things that you should be focusing on. So if you do them in the right quantity, you will earn the trip. And so going forward, just act like there's an incentive going on all the time. That is how I live my life. I know that's how Gretchen does. Every month should try to be your best month. Don't hold back. You don't want to have to jumpstart a relaunch or panic next year when the incentive is announced, because I guarantee that if you go on one, you will want to go on all the other. Whereas it's really not like a question. I don't allow myself not to go because it's the best. So decide, tell yourself you're going to do it. Don't give yourself an out. Don't use words like try and maybe when you're talking about the incentive. You want to commit, think about mindset, read books, personal development, really focus on how you can believe yourself when you say you're going to earn the trip, and build your business with intention and class and grace, and start now. Did I say that yet? Start now. Now. And so now let's talk to Gretchen. She's going to talk about why you want to earn the trip. It's actually, obviously it's a vacation, but there's so much more to it.
Thank you, Lauren. Hey, everyone. I will agree with Bryan when he says go for gold, but I also say go for silver, go for bronze, just go, right? Just go. Vacation, right? So vacation is the number one reason that we all want to go, right? And it's like vacation, duh. I'm on vacation right now, as you can tell from this beautiful, brightly colored condo comforter behind me. I'm on vacation. I like to be on vacation. I can work from pretty much anywhere, but I also love that we can be together on a vacation, and you get to share that socially or by word of mouth with other people. So vacation, being on vacation and having a really great time, like Heidi said, turning the phone off, relaxing and being in that moment. I see that first slide that went up of like the pool with the tiki hut thing, and I'm like, I literally visualize myself sitting right in that spot. So that is, the first thing. And then new friendships and team building. So you're going to meet so many new people. Do not worry that you don't know maybe only one other person on that trip, because by the time you leave, you will know everyone on that trip that you want to know. And you can spend, if other people on your team go, either, your upline, your downline, your sidelines, whatever, you're going to be able to nourish and foster those relationships while you're there. And it indirectly or directly helps grow your business. And just being with new people, having those experiences, like Lauren said, you will never not go on another trip. It's not a question mark. It's an exclamation point. I am going on the next trip. Connecting and collaborating with other top performers. There's no other better spot than to pick people's brains than sitting at the pool with a cocktail, mocktail, water, whatever it is. And in literally like, okay, what did you do? Because we all have ideas. Every one of us that's on this call, that's listening, we all have great ideas. And what we can get from someone else, like, oh, wow, I never thought about that. I'm going to do that next time. Great time to just hang out, have a great time, and talk to people and learn things that you can do in your business. Advertise the Lemongrass Spa opportunity and your expertise or value as a mentor. Hello, social media, sharing, people are watching what you're doing. They might not be commenting all the time, but they are watching it. So seeing that you're earning a trip where you get paid for and everything's taken care of, and you get a beach towel and you get a spa massage, whatever it is you want to do, they're like, oh, maybe I could do this. Not only are you earning this trip, but along the way you are making money, right? We want to make money. So advertise that is having that it is a great way to grow your business. And then you want to avoid FOMO. If you don't know what FOMO stands for, it's fear of missing out. Like I said at conference, y'all are not going on this trip without me. I will be there. I am not missing out on it. I am not going to sit at home and watch the pictures come up and not be there. I'm going to be there. So to wrap it up and talk about mindset, I was thinking about this before we went live. And I want you literally, I don't care if you close your eyes, visualize yourself somewhere in that vacation, whatever it is. Visualize that you are going to be there. And like Lauren said, I'm not going to try to be on the trip. I'm not going to wish that I could go on the trip. I am going to be there. And so are you. I want you to say, I am going to Playa del Carmen. I am going to Mexico. Write it down. Put it on a Post-it note. If you're on my team, I'm a firm believer in Post-it notes. My mirrors are like covered in them. My bulletin board in my office. You can use your phone, like your wallpaper, whatever it's called, as your Post-it note. And every time you open your phone, you see in the first few times, you're like, oh, I see that. Then subconsciously, you continue to see it, and your brain won't allow for anything else to happen. So say it with me. I am going to Mexico. And start saying it, and then start believing it, and then visualize yourself working towards the goals to get there, because we might see ourselves there, but we're like, oh, the work, you're going to have to work to get there, but visualize yourself working and how you're going to do it. And that could be reaching out to other people, or it could be doing the steps like Lauren said, where you're doing things outside your comfort zone. But if you can visualize yourself there, you're going to be there with me. And I'm so excited. So thank you.
Well, we know you'll be there. You too, Lauren. And we can't wait, because, the countdown actually started yesterday with those individuals that you're going to invite to this business, treat along the way. And here's what's great. If you invite someone to join Lemongrass during the month of August, they can earn the trip as well. In fact, you're going to invite people that join in September, maybe even October or November, and they can still have time to earn that trip. And we see it every single contest period. Newbies earning the trip, never thought in a million years they'd earn all expense paid vacation, and they do it. So we know you can do it too. And you can be there with your whole entire team. So that's the challenge that we're setting. So a couple things just to wrap up before we close this for today. And thank you, by the way, Lauren and Gretchen, for sharing your experience and all that expert advice, because you're absolutely right. You need to visualize, decide what the why is for you, and then map out a plan. So here's a little strategy. And I know there's a bronze reward, there's a silver reward, but we're encouraging you to set the bar high to go for gold. And to do that, it's 22,000 PV plus 8 recruits. Just like anything else, you need to crunch down the numbers and make it doable, right? So if you do the math, it comes to 3666 each month for PV, which is 917 as a weekly goal. That really helps you prioritize your time. What do you need to do? And you know your average for your events. Are your average events 300-400, maybe it's 500? You can even drill that down and decide on your calendar, how many events do I need to get? How many do I need to have each month to meet that weekly, month and monthly goal to be able to earn gold? The second piece of that, of course, is sponsoring. Now, if you were to sponsor 2 on average a month during the contest period, do you realize you'd have 14 new teammates? Obviously, to Bryan's point, that's going to be a tier promotion. That's going to be a title, whether you're starting today at team leader and you're like, you know what, I've got my eye on either director or senior director by next year. That's going to get you one step closer to that title promotion. So use that to leverage your time. Use that goal setting and your calendar to really build out a plan so you can map this out for yourself and also encourage your teammates to get involved as well. Because like you both just mentioned, Gretchen and Lauren, one of the biggest perks is seeing your friends on the beach, right? And being able to have those meetups, whether it's for coffee first thing in the morning or in the pool or the swim up bar later in the evening, or taking advantage of some of the free on-site entertainment that is right there at the all-inclusive resort, and just really kick back and have a great time. So we encourage everybody to go for this trip. We want to see you in beautiful and sunny Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Bryan, I know you do too. So we want you to drop in the comments, I am going, if you have your eyes set on going on this vacation with us.
Yeah, it'd be great to have everybody there and let us pay for it. That's the fun. Lauren, Gretchen, thank you both very much. Your insight was very valuable. Like Lauren said, front load that front end month. That's where it's at, and the rest is easy.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you there, guys.
Exactly. Well, thank you both. Bryan, thank you so much. We're really excited to continue encouraging you every step of the way. And we'll be dropping additional resources. Again, that trip tracker will be available at the end of August, as well as the trip brochure end of August as well, with some graphics to continue to encourage you and your teammates to earn their way to Playa del Carmen at the Paradisus. Have a great afternoon, everyone, and thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.
Bye-bye. Thank you.